Rado, it's Derby week, always a big week. Big week. What's the mood in the camp like?
Good. Yeah, we had a few days off after the trip. It was quite tiring trip with the time zones and late kickoff. Comparing to Melbourne time. But we today is our third training session. And, everyone is looking good, and we had actually a very good training session on Tuesday where we did conditioning for the week, and boys looked really well. So I'm expecting that same same response on tomorrow on the game.
It's the Derby. The last Melbourne Derby was memorable for all the wrong reasons. Has that come up this week at training or in any of the team talks or anything?
No, we are not going to talk about memorable things. We will show some of the clips from the game. Obviously, show some of our attacking combination play. We scored a beautiful goal. We had several other good opportunities in that first 20 minutes, but also they had a couple of chances as well. So it's a derby. The form and position on the table never really make a big difference. It's going to be who does better on the day, and they are top team. They've got top players. They are now recruiting more players from overseas. They're changing slightly, and it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, 100%.
You've got Curtis Good coming back into the squad for this game. Does he slot straight back in and start?
Well, we'll see how things go today, and then we'll make a decision on him tomorrow.
Because you have done a few different things with your back four over the last few games. Obviously, Nuno's playing at right back. You had Jamo starting at centre back in the last sort of game. Is that you tinkering, or is that just you're sort of being forced into it by form and fitness?
No, it was try to get players some game time. Obviously, we had a couple of centre backs that did really well for us, leading to Curtis missing last weekend, and then we tried different things with Nuno. So it's just rotating them a little bit, refreshing them a little bit, and trying to put the best possible players for the best possible games. So it's we are blessed to have so many good players, and I think they all deserve to get a game time, and it's something that we are looking to do from now on a little bit more.
I remember speaking to you after the Western Sydney game. You were talking about how you were playing well, but the goals weren't coming. And since then, you've now scored 13 goals in your last 3 games. Do you feel as though the attack's really clicking into place now?
Yes, last 3 games, our finishing was excellent. We had a different opponents, obviously, and different challenges. But we managed to score goals, and we were pushed against Adelaide. We had maybe a little bit easier game against MacArthur, but then Perth was just another a tough game. But to go through those games and score as many goals as we did, it just tells me that we are clicking in that front third. We are dominating the games from creating chances and scoring goals point of view. Now we just need to tidy it up. We conceded 6 goals in 3 games. We need to tidy that up a little bit more, and hopefully we'll have a clean sheet against Melbourne Victory tomorrow.
Because talking about Melbourne Victory having good players, they are of the A-League men at this point in time, and obviously this is a make or break game for them. They're going to be desperate. So you don't think their ladder position is reflective of the talent in that squad?
I don't think so. I think, as I said, the talent is there. They had Nani, now they've got world-class players. So they got foreigners. They got good foreigners. everyone in the league can bring all the foreigners that they like, and they choose to bring those foreigners for whatever reason. They've got some very young, talented players. Both of their wingers are very exciting talent. So, they are very talented. I mean, their coach is probably one of the most experienced coaches in the A League. So all that is telling you that they are a good team, and once things click, they're going to go 2 or 3 or 4 games with undefeated and wins. At the moment, they're a little bit maybe lacking a little bit of confidence. I mean, you don't know what type of work they're doing and what they're trying to achieve in their games. But you can see that they're not playing second fiddle at all. They are creating chances, like the last game that we watched against Newcastle Jet. They were in the play all the time. Unfortunately for them, they lost the game. But it's not that like they are playing poorly. Absolutely not. So they're going to be a good team tomorrow, and they're going to come out firing, and we need to be ready for the game.
Couple of victory news signings. Damien De Silva from France. I imagine it's pretty easy to get league footage to study, but Fernando Romero, have you been able to find any footage from the Paraguayan First Division to scout him in case you come up against him?
Yeah, we've seen some footage, but we don't expect him to start tomorrow. So, it's probably going to be maybe our last game against them or the next game against them, where maybe we're going to have to spend a bit more time analyzing him. But I think, the talent that they've got, it's very, very, very good, and it's going to be a tough game.
Just, you mentioned before that you're not talking about the last derby. Was that something that you've consciously decided as a coaching staff and the like, that you're not going to bring this up, or is that something the players don't want to talk about it? Like, has that been something that's been just sort of understood by everybody, or is that a deliberate strategy on your part?
The incident or the game?
Yes, to not talk about the incident. Was that something that's just sort of happened, or is it a deliberate decision on your part?
Well, look, we stopped talking about that incident 2 or 3 days after it happened, and it was just forget about it. Let's move on. Every week, obviously, we are trying as a football team, football players, football coaches, we're trying to concentrate on the strengths and weaknesses of the opponents. Who they are signing, what's going on, what happened last game, that is not important. And definitely this week, I mean, we only spoke about this game yesterday. We showed, preparation for Melbourne Victory started yesterday. So today we'll have another meeting. And we are not going to talk about the incident. We're just going to talk about their strengths and weaknesses and where they can hurt us and where we can hurt them.